Pogba will leave it for Rashford. He strikes. Oh, it's a goal! Staying on his feet this time. Look, they went for Martial. Lovely touch by Fernandez. Cavani! Rashford all the way across goal. What a finish!
Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United. Nico and y'all, we have a new face on the panel this evening, Jordan. And Jordan is joining us all the way from the UK. All right, so we do appreciate having you on.
Definitely.
I think Phil, and I think
Good
Phil's
night,
supposed to.
Nico.
Yeah, man, good night.
Yeah, I think. All right. Kiel on the inside. Kiel, good night, buddy. Glory, glory, Man United. Thanks for joining, man. So before we, get into the program, because earlier today was a good day, right? Man United didn't spoil our weekend as they have this tendency to do sometimes or most times, right? We could breathe easy and we could boast. Watch, man, Nico. Nobody called my phone, nobody sent me no messages, nobody tagged me, no posts, nothing. Right? Everybody was quiet. So, it's a good weekend. Anyway, before we get into anything, I want to get Jordan on the inside. Jordan, just tell, everybody who looking on, a little bit about yourself and, how you have come to be passionate and a supporter of Manchester United.
Well, good night, everybody. It's quite late in the UK at the moment. It's 3 minutes past 1, but the love of the team will take me to speak about them early in the mornings, late in the nights. It's how it is. But yeah, my name is Jordan, and I started supporting Man United maybe 2003, 2002, with David Beckham being the influence for me, and yeah, from there, I've been fortunate to see many trophies, many good games, and obviously just enjoying every game as much as possible. Now it's not the best, but I'm fortunate enough when I was younger to see a lot of trophies, but now it's a little bit different, but it's more to understand that the team is in a different moment now, and we just have to be patient now. So, yeah.
Yeah, man.
I have a question for Jordan.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is the atmosphere or the feeling like in the UK about Manchester United? You know?
I think it's just to be realistic of where we are now, and I actually been to 2 games already, and the first one was the first game of the season against Leeds, which was probably the best game, and then I went to the Manchester derby, which was probably one of the worst games of the season. So I think we all expected us to be league champions and fighting for the league, but I think fans should really know that we are in a very difficult position for many years now, and it's just to be realistic now and just set the expectations lower than usual. But we are Man United for a reason, but it's just to I think just to set our expectations lower now.
Temper the expectations.
Yeah.
The reason why I would ask that because I know even going into the season and some of the signings in terms of getting Ronaldo, Varane, Sancho, I think that the hype, and even in the UK, the hype would have been that United would be a force to reckon with this season, and at least we from looking from afar, would have said that, we'd have felt that coming second last season, and with the signings that we have gotten, that we would have been a force to reckon with now. But I know seeing it up close and in person, you might have seen that even with these signings, right? that United still has a lot to do, still has far to go for us to compete with the likes of Liverpool and City and maybe even Chelsea as we see it now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let me just get some comments and then we could get into the mix, right?
Yeah.
Let me just reckon. I know Kiel on the inside, Everson on the inside. Welcome, buddy. John Paul, the Guru Henry. Thanks for joining, man. Jody saying here. Blessed night, everyone. Welcome to the show, Jordan. All right, and he
Thank
also
you.
saying 1 a.m. That is the time we heading out to party, boy.
Right, yeah, right, Trinidad,
Yeah,
1
yeah.
a.m. That, yeah, we heading out the line.
Yeah, we know we're not to line that time. Anderson, good night, buddy. Thanks for joining. Kurt, yes, man. Good night to you too. Everton saying here, I hope I'll finally give Brazilian Fred his props, eh? Man, you people does real fight the man.
Man United people. You see, I full stop the one time. Man United people.
Aye, aye, aye. Kurt saying here, pleased with the points, but wasn't too impressed today. Yeah, and we'll get into that, man. Saying Fred had probably the best game of his life.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
Hey Dwayne, welcome, man. Good night to you too. So I want to start right by apologizing, and Nico, you know where I'm coming from, right? I want to
Right.
apologize to the entire Manchester United fan base. All right. Now, I display fantasy football earlier, and I had Ronaldo holding on my team. He was my captain for months, and it's only Friday I sell him. Right. And when I sell Ronaldo Friday, today the man come and score a hat trick. I didn't.
Don't add
If
him
I
back.
yeah,
Don't
if I
add him
no,
back. Reem, don't add him
yeah,
back.
no,
Jody, what you saying?
if I didn't realize right that my blight was so powerful, I would have sold the man long time. You understand? I would have sold Ronaldo long time. So what I had to do now, I had to go back and do some surgery on my team and I had to Lego Bruno. So hopefully Bruno might start to play proper. You know. Anyway. So
I feel I'm Maguire to you, Maguire. I feel like I'm Maguire.
Never
Feel
have
like
Maguire.
who gonna buy
Sell him.
Maguire, Nico? Who gonna buy
No,
Maguire?
well, I hoping somebody have Maguire and sell him and he performance improve.
No.
Right?
I was never going that way. Maguire played rubbish since last season, didn't it? Anyway, so no, I agree with Kurt. Right, I don't think we performed well at all today. Right, and it might be an unpopular opinion. I think we struggle defensively in so much different areas. Thank God, right? Spurs lacked in the execution of in their final play, right? That for me was our saving grace because they just couldn't get a final ball off the feet. They were able to engineer a lot of opportunities, but the cutting edge was off for Son Kane, who of recent times proved that he lethal. But thankfully today, it worked in our favor. They were off the boil. So team sheet, fellas. Nico, talk to me.
Yeah, I guess the only surprise for me, to be honest, well, there were a few surprises, eh? Dallo coming back into the team was a refreshing surprise, to be honest, And Jordan, and I want to get a comment on that. Well, when you're talking about it in terms of how you guys, because I know from afar we will be seeing it one way, but from closer up, I guess even in terms of the atmosphere, you know what I mean, you may be hearing things that we may not hear, the wood on the ground that we may not hear in terms of players like Dallo, because we as United fans from afar have seen Dallo shining, having very good performances. And then we saw him out of the team for a while, and we saw Van Bissaka coming back in. Right? So Reem is the politician in the house, right? And the conspiracy theorist also, right? But it was a pleasant surprise for me, right? For whatever was happening, if it's form, if it's politics, if it's maybe a little niggling injury, whatever reason that Dallo came back into the team, I think that was refreshing to see. Well, Scott out, Scott didn't travel, right? Matic taking his place. Bruno, another absentee. Another surprise would have been Rashford coming back into the team. With all the talk around Rashford, in terms of Ralph saying, "Hey, if you want to leave, he could go," right? And getting nod. And Well, I guess it had no question mark in terms of Ronaldo coming back into the team. Because we know as long as maybe City out of the way, Ronaldo was coming back into the team. And so said, so done. Right? So I guess for me, the team sheet would have been honestly I couldn't pen in Dallo because I really wasn't sure in terms of if he would have given Wan-Bissaka a position back into the team, and also Varane coming into the team would have been refreshing to see. However, we hope it would have been for another defender, which is Maguire and not Lindelof. But so said, and again it would have showed,
Politics.
right?
Politics.
And again it would have showed that um, Maguire is just struggling for form, at the moment. Yeah.
All right, so before I come to Jordan, right, let me just get some comments on the inside here. And guys, don't forget to like and share, right? We want to get the content out, get some more Man United supporters to enjoy, the discussion after a 3-0 hat-trick win. A 3-2, sorry, hat-trick win over Spurs, right? Anderson saying here, is it me or does Ralph look unhappy when he walking off? With what going on behind the scenes, boy, you can never tell now, boy, because...
You can never tell. You can never
Yeah,
tell.
you
But
can
I have
never
an unpopular opinion with that. Real unpopular
What
opinion with that.
one thing I would note, I just sorry to interrupt. I think it's so obvious that something is going on in the dressing room. It's not. I don't think it's. I think something is going on there that we don't know about, but something ain't right with the dressing room because when I was watching the Sky Sports post match, Roy Keane, Gary Neville, and the other presenters as well were just speaking about that, and they just know something ain't right in the dressing room. Just to point that out, something not right, and I hope that could stop soon because we have so many games ahead, and you see all these leaks about in the reports that players unhappy and this one don't want to play with this guy and all this other stuff. It's just something ain't right there. I just had to speak about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nico?
No, you can go with the comments.
All right, yeah. Kiel's saying here, Ronaldo, Benzema, and Lewandowski score hat-tricks this week. Messi nothing. Respect for his contribution still. Hey,
And now the thing, if it's a Ronaldo supporter, he's a Messi hater.
Nobody knew. No, it's a no middle ground there.
Understand.
Nothing. Yeah. Jody saying here, Nico, I now typing for him not to buy back Ronaldo.
Yeah. Forget that dream.
Good thing here, Reem, I thought he was going to say you give up on never.
Hey, if he was at United right now, he'd have been injured, so he would not be saying nothing.
No, but even when he was playing with me, Nico, I didn't buy him because I know he wasn't going to get no minutes. Right?
Yeah, because he was injured. You can't prove
God.
himself to be a fit player.
Oh God. Anderson saying here, Maguire don't have... Maguire don't even have himself on the fantasy team.
Yeah, so he don't believe in himself.
Sylvian saying, I had a vision Maguire was going to score today. Sylvian, hear that. And the bad score, Let us stop dreaming so straight, boy.
Right.
Kurt saying here, I was surprised that Rashford started today, yeah, as was a lot of us, But I just always say, politics, certain men, they had to start. You could only drop them for so long.
I don't know that politics, but anyway, that's why I do see Ralph in the politics, But I know United bigger than most, so
yeah, you
it's
get
hard to doubt it.
Right. Kurt saying here, glad that Bruno didn't start today. The man need to rest. But I think he was ill, but if he wasn't ill, he was a sure start, right? Kiel saying Harry just need to pack his bags and give up. Kurt saying here,
Which Harry are you talking about?
it had to be Maguire. It can't be Kane.
Alright, I thought
If he
Kane
said-
could be seven.
No,
Kane could be seven.
if he say Harry needs to pack his bag and look for a better club, then he could
Right.
talk more Kane.
Alright.
Right?
Hey,
Good
for
thing here,
Maguire
boy.
next state,
Could say here, boy, Varane and anyone could be in the back.
Yeah.
Jody saying this was not a normal hat-trick Reem. It's a record-breaking hat-trick. I hear you.
Yeah, but that's different. But in a record breaking, they score hat trick, boy. Wow.
Yeah. Hope these youths realize that they are playing with the GOAT. Learn everything you can off him.
Yeah.
Kurt saying here, fellas, if Rashid goes this summer, would you miss him? Well, once he continue to feed the people on them in Manchester, nobody gonna miss him on the field.
Oh yeah. With Rashford, I don't know. I think you can't be clarified your future and you're not played. I think that's a wrong step to make when he's not even playing well and you want to ask about your future. If you're playing well and then you could possibly say something like that, but he's not playing well and Ilanga is starting over him. Ilanga is a young talent and doesn't have the same qualities as Rashford, but for him to start over Rashford in the Manchester derby just shows that Rashford has fallen so far. It hasn't been the best season for him. I would think just keep your head down and start over next season. That's if he's here because his contract ends 2023. So
but there's an option. There's an option for a further year, and I don't think United will risk letting an asset. He still have ability and quality. You don't want to let that go for small money. You know.
And Jordan was saying there, even if Greenwood was in the team, even Greenwood would have been ahead of him.
Yeah.
Correct. So, yeah.
Dwayne saying here something has been wrong in that dressing room since Fergie left. Let's be real. And I was listening to another podcast, right? And what they were saying, because like the person had inside information or they had somebody who was close to the Man United dressing room. They say the dressing room under Fergie would have had little thing too, but sometimes when you're winning, it don't really
mask it everything.
Winning does mask a lot of things. So yeah. Jody saying, Reem, a while ago I was telling you all about how when we score certain players was not joining in the celebration, but today I saw the entire team celebrating, which is a fresh of breath. Eh? Where's that one, Jody? A breath of fresh air, right? Yes, that's what you meant. Maguire is so poor right now in the build-up to the own goal. Maguire was just running around defending nobody.
£80 million.
John Paul, thanks for joining, buddy. He's saying I was on the road, fellas. Rush back home to join in. Thanks for that. Appreciate it, man.
Man.
Today, plain and simple, CR did what he needed to do in the last few games. Finish our chances. Yes, hashtag the GOAT. All right. Kurt saying here Greenwood will be back soon. Will you get that information from J-Lo?
You get that, boy?
Syrian saying here, was there any team that we lost to on the first leg that we beat second time around in this EPL season? I wonder who that was, buddy.
Maybe I had to think about it.
Anyway, let me go to Jordan. Jordan, we just want to get your thoughts on the team sheet, the starting 11 when it came out, and try as much as possible not to let any hindsight influence your thoughts now. Right? So when the team sheet was released, how you felt about it?
I think I was quite happy to see Dallo come back into the side. Ronaldo as well, because all the noise was Ronaldo went to Portugal and then traveled to the team, even though he was injured and all these other stuff. Who else? So Dallo, Ronaldo, Rashford. I don't understand why he started. Because I don't see any kind of games recently that he's warranted to start. I think Dallo was a massive one for me because he brings something different from Wan-Bissaka on the wing side. He brings balance, and Wan-Bissaka is good for his defensive abilities, but I think Dallo gives more balance and more attacking as well, and we saw that in the game that he was quite important. And I think we haven't lost any games when Dallo plays. I think I'm not sure that's right, but is a more positive um, attacking play when Dallo is on the side. I think so. I was quite
Yeah.
happy to see those changes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Jesus Hackshaw, welcome man. He's saying, youths, I missed the whole game. Give me the 30-second synopsis of the 90 minutes. Thanks. Nico, you want a game? You want a game something in 30 seconds?
Yeah, and I ran a lot trick. A bullet from how much? 25, 30 yards. Uh, again, a clinical tap in from a wonderful cross from Sancho, who is on fire at the moment. Pinpoint accuracy. I guess the run from Sancho and all was on point, right? And a pinpoint cross and a clinical finish. And again, Ronaldo, hungry, thirsty. After we equalized again with a Maguire own goal, right? That Ronaldo would have buried a header with Lloris not even moving from where he stood. Lloris was just like goal. So yeah, so I guess overall it wasn't the a performance that we would write home with, but I guess as a lot of guys would say, the 3 points is the most important at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well done, Nico. Um, Kurt asking, Nico, you just watch youth games. Look out for Ganacho
Hey,
Fernandez.
hey, I just watch you games more than I think the senior teams right now. Because them fellas just give me a joy that what's me, win or lose, I just be looking at the talent. And when I talk about talent, as you say Ganacho quality, right? Fernandez again quality, Kobe Mino quality,
Yeah,
Charlie
that you bad.
McNeil. Yeah, what I tell you, Charlie McNeil, all the Dutchmen, them fellas it have quality in that team. So yeah, I just be into my youth football. United
Right.
all the way.
I
Yes.
think they reach. Oh, sorry. I
No,
think
go
they've.
go
Yeah.
go ahead.
I think they've done well there. I think they're in the finals of the Youth Cup final,
Yeah,
so
Yeah,
defeat
they've
yeah.
done
yeah,
well now.
yeah. Yeah.
And I
Um,
think this is the first time since 2011 with Pogba and Lingard. So this is a.
Yeah.
I'm not
wow.
sure that's right, but it's something like
Yes,
that.
you,
I
you are
saw.
right. Spot
Oh,
on.
okay.
Spot on.
Yeah.
You are right.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right. John
yeah.
Paul saying here, if we could get this Ronaldo and Fred every game. Hey, Olia, let me talk about Fred now. Let me talk about Fred now. Let me talk about Fred. No, because listen, I
Yeah.
and all I know of history, I am not Fred. Well, I'm gonna put it like this: I'm not Mac Fred's biggest fans, right? If I could see them come off the bench to kill off games, ever so often, I will be pleased with that, because I will know that will mean that we have proper quality on the pitch, right? But today, Fred had me saying and saying, I wonder if we just need one player to come in and add to Fred Boy. And this is the kind of things that these Man United players do us, eh? Because they'll give us one good game, and then the next game they'll be making me calling for them to get sold, right? But earlier today, Fred and his quality in terms of his energy. Now, all I know as be saying here, I know players who only on energy and physicality and stamina. No, but I thought that every aspect of Fred, even his on the ball contribution, was top draw today. You understand his interceptions. I've seen some nice little jokes to get past players today. Fred taking it past players. I see at the edge of our box. Fred Belterman, right?
Hmm.
You understand? And
Yeah.
Fred makes some crucial, some key passes forward. Fred was superb today earlier, and I agree with you, John Paul. If we could get our Fred every day, then I say bring in one midfielder and let me play Fred and that player in the midfield. If this is the Fred that we see in every week.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think for Fred today, I think what worked for Fred, I think he enjoyed playing a more advanced role, you know, because Matic did a lot of the holding play. As much as Fred would have did do some defensive work today, but Fred played a little more advanced, and he enjoyed that advanced role. And you saw his natural ability or his natural inclination to make things happen in the forward line happen today. Because if you look at that flick for Ronaldo for the first goal, right? Right? You can't coach that. That is something you would coach. But if you play in number 6, he can't do that. Because the moment you do that and I pick up the ball doing something like that, most likely you're gonna end up in a goal because it's Maguire and he back there, right? So, right? So in that advanced position, a lot more of Fred's natural ability and natural instinct came into play, and that's what led to the first goal. So I think, and we saw it even when Carrick came in for the few games. He played Fred higher up the pitch, and we saw more Fred. Right, so I guess it's just that. I mean, maybe that Bruno is throwing off the balance of the team. What I
Don't
mean?
listen. Don't go ahead. Don't go
Right?
ahead of my agenda, so because I have that coming in for all of the Bruno
However,
people.
however, in the advanced role, Fred looked very good today.
No, but even deeper, bringing the ball out of the back. I thought Fred was getting stuck in. Even in possession, he was showing my quality in the ball now. You understand? And that's why I like to see players who look after the ball, with intelligence and quality. And Fred was getting better today. So I don't know if it's because Matic was there. It's a
Could
different
be.
kind of security
It could be
he
because
feel. I don't know.
Be. It had to be because at the end of the day, he knows that Matic here to take that blame. Matic here, you see that blame. You have to take that blame, right? So if I lost it, you had to win it back. You had to defend it. So he would have played with a weight off his shoulder now. And that is what it looked like today. It looked like he played with that weight off his shoulder, knowing that here what is not my responsibility. My responsibility is to do this. And I think you have executed that today.
Yeah, Jordan, you want to weigh in?
Yeah, I have to give Fred praise today. I mean, obviously Ronaldo would take the headlines, but yeah, he was at it today. He was outstanding, and I mean, everybody will have their critics on Fred, but he's somebody who would bleed for the shirt and do anything for the shirt. And yeah, today yeah, he was good today, and obviously going forward, he can't do that every game, but yeah, it's just good to see that some players have reacted from the Manchester derby, and yeah, just like his energy. And one thing I realized is he actually starts for Brazil's national team, so it's
Yeah.
not like he's Brazilian. He's actually start for the team, so that's good to know as well. But yeah, good work from Fred today.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Jody saying here, I believe that Ragnick giving Rashford a final attempt to find back his form by starting him. He will start against Atletico midweek. I doubt Rashford starting against Atletico midweek.
Hey,
I
especially if Bruno
doubt.
come back.
Yeah,
Especially if Bruno
I
come back.
doubt.
That's straight swap. That's straight swap without even thinking about.
I doubt.
And Cavani back too. So again,
Yeah.
what's that?
Yeah. Kurt saying here, Fred has been playing better since moving high up the pitch. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Jody
been
saying
one
Fred
of Rocky's
played.
players.
Correct. Fred played today like how he plays for Brazil. He had Matic handling the mid for him.
Yeah.
And everybody agreeing with that his correct position. John Paul Henry saying Fred has been shining with Matic on the pitch. Yeah, everybody praising the Brazilian. What call him? Doing saying here, to be honest, Fred under Pep or Klopp would be a much better player. And I think you remember Pep wanted Fred, eh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jody saying Fred and Ronaldo was on the same page today. Yeah, they had something real telepathic today, eh? Both of them. And I guess it's the kind of Portuguese thing because normally Fred always up under Bruno bottom. So how Bruno there, he had to look for the next Portuguese, But this connection kind of look good now. This one work, John Paul saying here a younger Matic equals a better Fred. If
you could only get that. If you could only
Matic,
get a younger Matic in the team.
Yeah, that's what we need in the summer. 100%.
Could say here even the flick Nico, Fred made the move toward the goal. Should Ronaldo miss or the keeper spill it? Yeah, Fred is always, show. John Paul Belma here saying, I'll be real about Maguire today. He was doing a job on Kane, but he had to show his true colors with the own goal. Yeah. If Matic was 5 years younger, Ole was doing this for Jesse to play him games to gain back confidence. Yeah, and I think that's what Jody was saying with Ragnick and Rashford. Right? Nico Bruno will come in and Matic will drop. But you see that the problem right there, Jody, because Fred
We go drop
Matic.
We go drop Matic for Bruno, boy. It's possible, It's possible, but wow.
Yeah, well, I mean, Matic is the favorite, you know. I'm telling you, it's a favorite thing, eh?
No. I have a question mark over that dream. I have a question mark over that.
All right. Dwayne saying here you can trust Matic apart from his speed. Matic never had the speed though, but he's a proper experienced holding midfielder. It takes away the pressure on Fred, yes. And in Russia, he was a very good player, hence why Pep wanted him.
Yeah,
I think it's Ukraine. I think it's Ukraine. I think it's Ukraine play for Shakhtar in Ukraine.
And you calling Ukraine. You see what going on here? It's war inside here. My goodness. So let's stop it now.
So, it's had a comment, right? Because as we're talking about, you know, I mean, there were a few standout players for me, right? I guess, you know, when you all jump in, you all could probably, you know, point out the ones for you, right? But my 3 standout players today was Fred, who we just spoke about, Sancho, right? Who has been, you know, just gradually progressing, you know, and getting better every game, right? And actually contributing towards GAs every game. You know, you've seen his confidence there, you've seen taking on players. He looking good earlier, right? And well, Ronaldo for the hat-trick that he scored. And I mean, earlier, Ronaldo was dropping deep. Ronaldo was linking up play, winning fouls. Ronaldo had a real good game today, right? Yeah. And I know, based on, you know, my little conspiracy theories, right? I know, you know, after being dropped, right, for the City game.
He was injured. Jordan, you said he was injured.
Injured my foot.
Jordan, you said he was injured for the derby.
If the hip injury, you think that first shot was from? You think if he had a hip injury, you think he would take that shot in the first game, the first goal?
Nobody. The only reason he was playing today because he was deemed match fit.
Yeah,
so if you're
Nico,
then there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to take that shot.
All I'm saying is I'm not buying that Ronaldo was injured and hip abductor. Please.
Hip flexor.
Hip flexor, whatever, right? So my thing is this, right? My thing is this, Ronaldo didn't like the fact that he get dropped last week. So Ronaldo came to prove a point today, and a point did he prove, right? Yeah. Because I'm telling you, I mean, I'm not gonna conclude and say Ronaldo is this and that after one game with a hat-trick, but I give a jacket on the day.
Ronaldo have proven himself over years.
Nico was saying, right?
Season after seasons, he has proven himself.
Right, but what I'm saying is over this season, he hasn't really, you know, lived up to the hype, right? But what I'm saying is today, he came out and he proved that, listen, going forward, whether it's a big game, a small game, you had to consider me a little more. You can't just drop me just so, right? And Ronaldo stepped up. Ronaldo is more involved in the game today. You understand? He wasn't losing the ball. He wasn't getting bullied off the ball. And if he lost possession, it's because they had to foul him, right? So what I saw today from Ronaldo, I was very, very pleased, right? But I just want to post, and I want to get your thoughts on a comment that Conte made, right? And I just want to know if you all think there's any truth to the comment. Conte said in his post-match, I honestly think without Cristiano Ronaldo, it wouldn't have been a good night for Manchester United.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah, he's correct. Because honestly, it's not the first time Ronaldo's bailed us out this season, and this is another game. Because other than that, I think the game, other than the goals from Ronaldo and maybe the performances from Fred and Sancho, I think we still look vulnerable, conceding goals, and the way I think the first half Spurs just passed throughout midfield. Not the first time opponents passing throughout midfield easily into our defensive lines, and I think another game again, Ronaldo's bailed us out, and I don't think anybody else would have taken up the roll up their sleeves and taken the game to the opposition and win it. But Ronaldo's Ronaldo, So yeah, I think he's correct with that statement.
Yeah, yeah, Nico.
Yeah, I think somebody had to step up today. Yes, we say that Bruno does disappear in big games, and from the stats, definitely I would have to agree, you know. However, most of the times when we win games, Bruno does be a big part of that, if it's his goals or his assists. And without Bruno in the team, then somebody had to step up. You know, we just be looking forward to Pogba stepping up, to take the game and shot for the neck, which I find he wasn't that bad today, to be honest. I know he was crying for why Pogba being pulled off, why Pogba has been played for 90 minutes. He got that today, but still, somebody had to step up for us to win that game today. And if you look through the team, with Bruno being out, as poor as we say he is for big games, when you look around the team, outside of Sancho, if Ronaldo didn't step up, we definitely would have lost the game today. So I think he had to step up, and I think he did. Well, definitely he did step up, and Conte is right. Conte is right. Honestly, I think at the start of the game, which I guess Spurs was playing on the counter, but we started the game very well. We possessed the ball very well. We
15
moved the
minutes.
ball very good until we scored. And when we scored, I don't know, like we went into our shell in terms of here what self-preservation. We have one that we protect that one. And with that now is where we allowed Spurs to start to play and start to build that confidence. So but again, outside of that, I think without Ronaldo, we definitely would have struggled today. Yeah.
Yeah. Well said, fellas. We just get some comments here, right? Where am I? Right, I think it's by Everson. Everson. Right. He's saying here, Varane had a solid game. Once he stays fit and he will add so much. Yeah, Varane was solid. I think him and Harry Kane, did a job on him and Harry Maguire did a job on Kane. But
You call him Maguire, but
no, I mean no.
same Matic and Varane. Hey.
No, but earlier, I mean, Maguire have his limitations. I still find he did. You know what? Let me quit my lie ahead, we.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Varane was decent today. Kurt saying here, lest we forget, Sancho is still only 20 year confidence. There's a whole lot of things for a player. Yeah. And one thing I want to point out with this comment too. Yes, Sancho is still 20, but something that we just tend to do at this club and mostly for English players, we just overrate them, and then the expectations of these players just go skyrocket and just even go to their head, and then we find ourselves in situations like Marcus Rashford, right, where you actually think you're better than you are.
Greenwood
Even
too.
Greenwood too. Yes, that's
Greenwood
correct.
too.
So I say let Sancho develop, let Ilanga develop. If Rashford had to take some time and find back himself and then start to, look at that development process. I mean, he's not a young player again, but he still have plenty years where he could still, adapt. Then this what them fellas need to do. Stop letting this thing get to your head, man. Jody saying Cavani, boy, the man does always bring that positive energy. And I like how Ragnick had to go for the win because he was about to bring on Lindelof just before the equalizer. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, it's good to see Cavani back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ralph begged the wrong player to say. That's all I had to say. I leave that right.
Yeah, but
Dwayne's-
the man who you, in fact, anyway, I guess
Yo, you gonna talk injured thing or?
it's 6-1 and half a dozen not the other because Cavani always sick, always injured, and Rashford, Marcel always injured. So I don't know what.
Dwayne saying here, Nico, it was real take for Ragnick, bro. No way
Nah,
Ronaldo
buddy.
was injured. You should know that man mentality. But I'm telling you, well, Nico know the truth, you know. Nico know the
Hey.
Nico looking for Man United walk. That what going on, so he trying to be politically
Nobody. Watch
correct.
it. If we really serious about Manchester United, we need Ralph at that club, at the roots of that club. That
He
is
ain't
my
denying
honest opinion. That is my honest
he ain't denying
opinion.
that, you know. He ain't denying that, but
No, you just
he
say
be
an
saying it, you
Israel
believe
take
in.
for Ralph now.
I think
Yeah, but you believe in lies. That what we trying to get at now, right?
Nah.
I'm not sure if you guys saw the post-match press conference with Ratnick. I think at the end of the at the end of the press conference, he actually said maybe Ronaldo should go Portugal all the time and just do that if he's not playing and come back 2 days later for training and something that he. I like how Ratnick is very candid with his comments.
Yeah, very open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
No, it's just that I really think he wasn't injured. I just think he was
He,
upset, and it just
Jordan, the man wasn't
Highly
injured.
possible. It's
The
highly
man was
possible.
injured.
Highly
Listen,
possible.
even Roy Keane, right? And them
yeah.
fellas just have inside information, eh? Roy Keane and now sitting and say he don't think he injured, right? But all I saying,
Who Roy Keane
all
having
I
inside
saying,
information from?
listen, them fellas and them have connections. How you could
Them man
say
no-
a man like Roy Keane don't have connections and don't know?
from who? He had no inside connection, boy.
Come now, man. How you could say that about
Nah,
Roy
I
Keane,
did
boy?
man not taking that.
All
Roy
right,
Keane had
all
no
right.
inside information.
All I know.
John O'Shea playing for Manchester United again. We getting that from. Hey, don't do that.
John Paul here. Well, it's had two John Paul songs. I had to say Belma and the next one is Guru something, right? Reem, why? Yes, Henry, John Paul Henry, right? Reem, why you feel he looks so much better today? The balance in the team, Matic being the anchor, freeing up Fred. There was just a better feel to the team. Yes, I fully agree with
A
that.
better
Watch
balance
my
in it.
balance, but yeah, balance so important,
Yeah.
Could say here, boy Lindelof should get promoted to DMW. You see when he plays high. Good.
No, don't experiment at those. Don't just buy the proper DM. Don't make players into what they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
That don't make any sense. Just buy the rep. You don't want to make more mistakes for the team. You already have so much already. You don't want to create more problems again. Let's just get our signings right in the summer and move on. So yeah.
Fully agree with that because Lindelof go play 2 games good DM and them board go say, well, hey, we find the player there. We don't need to buy nobody.
Save
Yeah.
money.
Yeah. He's saying here also, hence the reason Donny needs to be groomed into this role
Hey,
of Scotty.
let Donny focus on saving Everton from relegation. Don't pull Donny into this conversation too. Right now we're talking about top 4. Donny into trying to help Everton from relegation. Right?
Well, good. Hey, thanks Jesus. He's saying here, I know check out my ribbon saying nil we. I'm gonna fix that one time. Jody's saying here, boy, I know if Marcel was there, he would have poisoned Spurs. You know that. I know you're unsure said Jody, but still taking it. He liked to score against them. That's my weekly dose of I'm taking it still. So we were talking about the comments about from Conte on Ronaldo. And Nico, you had touched on it, right? So I have a question for you. And I want to start with Jordan on this one, right? Because we've been hearing and we've actually seen it, and more so for Portugal because they've been playing together for Portugal for quite some time, where there's always some kind of clash in terms of, Ronaldo is that kind of player. He's not the kind of number 9 or striker that will stay on top. He's not that kind of player. Ronaldo likes to get involved. So sometimes you'll see him drift left, he'll come center, he'll come short, he'll take the ball, that kind of thing. And with Bruno having a role where his role is not really defined, right? And we saw it happen so much times. Ronaldo and Bruno is clashing in terms of positions on the field. Do you all think that Bruno's absence today helped Ronaldo's performance?
I think Yeah, I would believe so. But the manager, whoever it is, has to get those two together. I mean, you see how they connect with Portugal and Man United. You see the assist that Bruno and Ronaldo create together. It could work. It's just, I think it's just the right balance and to get those two together because they could cause damage to any team we've seen so far this season. But I think it was an issue initially when he first came, when Ronaldo came, and yeah, I think good players could work together. I hope it doesn't become a problem because you see how they could connect, and we need those two to fire on and get us to top four. So yeah, I think they're two good players, and I mean two great players. I think they just want to get the best of the team, and they want the demands for them are very high, and yeah, I think yeah, those two could work together. It's just a matter of time now. Just have to be positive.
Nico,
I think
do you
for
think
me,
Bruno's absence would have been could be attributed to Ronaldo's performance and the goals today?
uh, I, I guess from even if you look at it from the beginning of the season, you have seen a different Bruno, you know, and I think what he kind of, to me it seems like, or it looks like he's in the shadow of Ronaldo. Maybe he knows how big Ronaldo is, and for some reason he tries to play for Ronaldo, which to me throws off his overall game. You know, I think before a lot of the football was centered around him. If it's in a creative or a goal scoring aspect, no, to me his game, like, it has changed to try to supply Ronaldo. And I think that has made him a bit one dimensional. I think with Bruno out, or Ronaldo out of the team, right? When Ronaldo doesn't play, except for the Manchester derby, you know, Bruno looks much better. He seems like he have a clearer plan, a clearer idea of how he wants to play, of how he would like the team to play. You see the team playing more around him. However, when Ronaldo plays with Bruno, he doesn't see that. And you saw it today. You saw it today with Bruno out of the team looked more as a team. The team looked more like they had more clarity in terms of how they wanted to play. I think Pogba had a big part of that to play also. And even if we go back to the third goal that we would have scored, Pogba actually took the game by the scruff of the neck, which was always called for him to do. He was kicked, he was battered, but he fight through it. We got a corner, and that corner led to the goal. So I think that yes, I do think there is that connection that we as fans or the team would like when Bruno plays with Ronaldo, and I find when they play separately, the team look more cohesive than they look at the moment.
Yeah, yeah. And I think, just going off what both of you are saying, the ideal is to get the best of both of them because you can't have two players of that caliber and one on the bench and one starting. So that is a headache for a manager to find a way because I think, what we kind of established before is Bruno still needs some coaching in terms of that kind of positional discipline because Bruno is the type of player that, want that kind of freedom and flexibility to be where he want. So that if I something else see Bruno there, then when he looks for he over there. And
I think
sometimes it is
I think the coaches give him
they,
that,
they,
that
they
flexibility
probably do.
also.
They probably
Yeah.
do. But in doing that, the freedom that you will allow for Ronaldo, it just have that clash in certain spaces, you know. So I mean, it's something that's they had to figure out. That's what they're getting paid the big bucks for because I don't think playing Bruno this game and having Ronaldo on the bench or playing
Yeah.
Ronaldo next game and having Bruno on the bench is an option. I don't think so. So As Jordan said, they have to find a way to work that out.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? But at the end of the day, what I would say is I agree with you, Nico, because when Bruno played, for in the game against City, we saw Bruno actually looked good, and then today Ronaldo looked good without Bruno, and Bruno looked good without Ronaldo. So at the end of the day, it's team, John Paul Henry, right, saying Alex Telles, apart from that penalty, he was very strong and brings more to the team than Shaw. Yeah, I thought Telles had a good game, but come on, man, that penalty giveaway there, that was schoolboy error, man.
Yeah.
That was a schoolboy error.
Tough luck. It's hard to really blame
Did
him,
you-
but tough luck.
Did you think the Dyer handball? You thought that was a penalty, or you thought it was the right
I
decision?
find it was
that
so
day?
close, boy. For me personally, I find it too close to give that. You
Okay.
know, for in terms of Tellers, I find that he was a bit more careless, in his positioning. But for the Dyer one, I find it was because Ronaldo was hit with power and it was close now.
Yeah, it
So
was
to me,
closer.
it was closer. So to me, it's hard to call that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would give the referees, I would say all right, because from the moment I saw the one from Tellers, I say it had no way to call on that back. But the one from Dyer I had a question mark. So the mere fact I had a question mark over the Dyer one, I would agree with the referees on both calls.
Yeah. Kurt saying here, big egos in Bruno and Ronaldo. Ronaldo should not be taking any more free kicks or penalties.
Yep.
Alright. Dwayne saying here, Bruno is the best passer in the team apart from Pogba. It's a matter of positional intelligence. I don't know if them fellas take tactical positioning correct from Ralph. Bruno loves to bring other players into the game.
He's
Bruno loves to bring other
selfless.
players
Yeah, right.
in the game too. He's selfless, but positional awareness is the issue. Okay, right, I got that. John Paul Belma saying here, Bruno needs to settle mentally. Bruno was the savior of Man United. We cannot function as a team where one man saves us. So Bruno needs to stop trying to do it all on his own. Fully agreed. Jody saying a question to the panel. What's your take on the penalty shout again? So Nico just answered that. So I hope you got that one, Jody. All right. Devenger. Hey, good night, Devenger. Thanks for joining, man. Ronaldo won the game for us, but check how Fred play high up with confidence, known Matic stability in the back, nutmeg, flick assists, run through the mid. The man play. Well said.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well said. Kristen saying, boy, wanna.
One of the reasons Liverpool doesn't look good is because they have because of their fullbacks.
Yeah.
Right? Them men just swing good crosses every single chance they get, even from set pieces and corners. Well, we fullbacks, our fullback is not it. Right? Our fullbacks does make good runs, find good positions, but then crosses is fit.
True.
Yeah,
And especially when they play this game now, the wing backs have a key function in football now. Go ahead, John.
No, I'm just saying, I mean, to compare Liverpool's fullbacks ours, they're on a different level to us.
Correct.
Completely. And them and Man City, their fullbacks playing in midfield. So honestly, that's what I could say about that.
All right. Jodison boy, I saw the stat today that Bruno is number 1 in the league in his position. So basically, is our other players not converting the chances he's creating? Kurt saying here and Van Dijk very solid. So any other centre back with Van Dijk does look good too. Okay, good.
Okay.
All right.
Now, but Matip in form, boy. Hey.
Yeah.
Matip playing football. Matip get assisted in a quality assist too. And that had nothing to do with Virgil making him look good. Yeah.
So guys, as we are looking at the time, and y'all who on the views, don't forget to like and share, right? We want to get more people in, even though we wrapping up stage, right? Last point that we want to talk about, fellas. Right now, from day one when Ralph came in, Ralph has always been talking about control, control, right? And I mean, in my opinion, just from my level of experience and exposure with this whole football thing, you know, control, this kind of be related to dictating a game. And as far as I understand dictating a game is a kind of possession based thing, right? Are we capable of playing possession based football? Because today we play real counter attacking football, right? And it seems as though Ralph just kind of reverting to the strengths of the team. I don't want to say too much, but I want to give you all the opportunity. Do you all think we capable of playing a possession based style football?
Right. For
Um,
me, Johnny, wanna go first?
hmm. You could go first. I'll see
Right.
what I can say after.
Okay. For me, definitely, Ralph has an idea how he wants the or he wants his teams to play, right? So when Ralph came, he would have played with the 4-2-2-2, right, system. Then he realized that hey, we do have the players to play that, right? Then now, as fans outside looking in, I'm sure at some point Ralph himself would have said, well, all right, I want to play this system, but I do have the players to play this system. But the January transfer window is coming,
Hmm.
and hopefully I'll get one or two players in, right, that will allow me to play this system. So with the players I have now, let me try to integrate them into that system. So when January come and I pull in maybe two players, I'm just saying, right? We would have that system kind of integrated and the players coming in would have done known. I have a good idea of that system already. But then the January transfer window come and gone and you didn't get a player, right? So now you had to revert to what the players you have now. So that way you had to revert back to the 4-3-3 system, right? And because of that now, you had to revert again to what they know. And what they know is to play on the counter attack. And Ralph in himself would have realized, well, boy, the type of football I want to play, I don't have the qualities of players to play. The type of football that I could play is what they know. And it's attacking football. And I think that's what Ralph has gone back to until maybe this summer. Whoever coach come in will get some transfers to make the team reflect how they want to play. But even if Ralph wants to play that system in terms of dictating the football, high press, I think we do have the players for that. We just have the players to counter attack. And that is what he had to revert to. And that is what he had to do, yeah.
All right. So before Jordan come in on this one, I just want to add this question just on the back of certain things Nico would have said, right? Because even with Conte, when he came into Spurs, he brought a new system. And probably the players didn't suit it, but he didn't change.
But he
You
got
know,
players. He
yeah,
got players.
but two players, Nico. Two
Two players
players.
up in every single game.
Yeah, but even before that,
And
no
that would
one
have,
saying. But what I'm
that would
saying
have,
is even
and then
before.
it would have players that was in the squad that not playing.
Uh, I
Right.
think I think with Ragnick, since he's just interim manager, I don't think we're ever gonna get any players. I mean, since we don't know who the manager is coming up in the summer, I think that January window is just all. I mean, everybody will get excited because it's transfer window and you think you're getting somebody, but I think it makes sense just to wait until the manager who will come in the summer, then we can get the players. Then Ragnick pick the players. So then if Ragnick get the players in transfer window in January, we will have to know how he why is he getting these players unless the manager, the next manager probably told them already, but we don't know who it is already. So as Nico was saying, where Ragnick tried to play his formation first first for the few games and then it didn't work out. And now he's trying to suit the team to just get the results in the next few months. I think the time when we was creating all those chances with I think it's the 4-3-3 with the two eights and the DM. I think that was working well. And obviously we lost to Man City with a different formation, which was unfortunate because I think in that game we did play well in it in the first half.
First half.
The first half, and it caused confusion for Man City a little bit. But other than that, we know what happened in the second half, and I think now he's just buying his time for the next 3 months. I mean, well, 2 months now. Yeah, and yeah, I think quietly he's just waiting until this season's done. We know the managers, and he would say who exactly because he's going to go into that consultancy role, and
Hopefully.
yeah, hopefully, and from there he would pick the manager and say he'll give him the report, what kind of view he's been having with all these players he's had for the last 6 months, and we'll see from there. I think
Yeah.
he's doing a good. I mean, I think he's realized this is a harder job than he expected, but
Exactly.
as yeah,
Yeah.
The only thing for me, that's something. The only thing for me in that is that it's clear for the world to see, right, that we needed a proper number six now. And to me, whoever comes in, whoever coach comes in, right, know that we had to get a number six. So to me, it would have been a no-brainer that I just said if there are quality number six available in the January window to go for them. But as you say, maybe the coach coming in will have his preferred type or style of number six that we didn't
Yeah.
go for. But for me, we needed a number six, and we should have strengthened a number six, because I think that if we went for that number six, that even in Ralph mode in terms of here, what I think this player would suit the style I want to play, I think we'd have been better off in terms of our performances and some of the results we would have had.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And in kind of tying up this point, what I think has always been something about Man United over the years is we do have a set formation, but we have a system, and we will change formations or setups to match teams. So one game you'll see a 3-5-2 or a 5-3-2. Next game you'll see a 4-4-2. Next game you'll see a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3. So it's always about adapting. But I don't know if that's necessarily the way to go forward, but that is just how the squad looks to me. That's how our culture, I don't know if culture is the term to use, but it's always been adjusting and changing and, to adapt for a particular game as opposed to having one set system and that's what we're going forward with. Just get a comment from Kurt here. Kurt saying maybe if Ralph had this team from the beginning of the season, the team would be better balanced. But given the time, he just want to make sure the team survives until. And I think one of the things Nico mentioned is the fact that he didn't get nothing in January. That was telling. Yeah. Nico, this one is for you.
Yeah, Dave, we had to take that because from our scene from Chelsea, first and foremost, the lion has left the crest, right? Because when you see problems going on there, right? And two, there's a possibility that Chelsea might be deducted points. So if that happens, then United might nip into the top four. So good victory, very good victory.
Yeah, and with watch me with that kitty lock. I hear men had to pay for their own transport to go to the stadium and thing. Yeah, men had to pay their own fare.
Sad,
Right,
sad though. Sad, I must
Yeah,
admit. but,
yeah.
Yeah, I have no sympathy for them at all. It's just how they've been. They have a good manager, won Champions League last year. But yeah, this is fun at the moment, just seeing them. I mean, I think it will be sorted out at the end, but it's just fun at the moment, just seeing how Chelsea just crumbling at this state right now.
Yeah, Chelsea fans right now praying for the season to end now.
Because they could have been conference league, eh?
Yeah, that's
Conference. They could have UEFA conference, You're playing some kind of password team, David Curtin, thanks for joining, man. He say he only see the first half. Yeah, man.
Now,
Well,
man,
I
you need to
mean,
take it in the second half, man.
yeah, that's when all the action, you know.
Yeah, you need to take it in the second half.
Anyway, so guys, we want to wrap it. You know, it was a good one. You know, it's always good to beat Tottenham. You know, and what was so, you know, telling was when they scored the equalizer. Romero went to Maguire, and he kind of gesture, and then why did they just do that? You know, I remember Alan Pardew fall for that. It had so much people just do that and then end up with the mess in the face. You know, why don't just do that? You know, I mean, anyway. So guys, let me get some closing thoughts and let's wrap it. Jordan.
Thank you for letting me come on to the show, and I enjoyed it. And hopefully, we have a massive game on Tuesday. We just have to win. Thank you.
Yeah, man. And glad to have you on, man. Nico.
Yeah, Dave, Daniel, definitely we will be playing for our points, right? And as we always say, the table doesn't lie, you know. So at the end of the season, wherever we end up, I think to me that's where we deserve. However, if Chelsea deducted points, I am just saying that has nothing to do with Manchester United. That has to do with the league, and if because of that you end up in the top three, right? Then I mean, I don't say over that. That is just how the quick rumble, right? But we will continue to play for our points. Um, yeah, definitely. Today was a important W. However, a W today would mean nothing if we don't win against the other teams below us, you know, because we played Watford, you know, we saw every team that fighting for the top four has swat Watford away, you know, and we was only able to pick up a mega 1 point, you know, so 3 points today yesterday important because it was a result against a direct rival going for the top four, just as similar to West Ham, right? However, we need to win the games that we're supposed to win. And that's the only how that games like today would worth something. You know, so important victory. I'm looking forward to the Atletico game, you know, and I look coming off a hat trick. Mr. Champions League confidence would be high. I think confidence in the squad will be high. I wouldn't be surprised if it's almost a similar starting lineup against Atletico, and hopefully we will learn from the first leg, go for the jugular, be physical against them, and win that game, you know, and progress to the second round. We know definitely it won't be easy, you know, but I think definitely you know, it's all even, all squared. We are at home, and we should believe and have confidence in ourselves that we should move on to the next round. Yeah.
Correct. And we had the quality to do it. You know, we have once we could show up all here, we sky's the limit, you know. During the same closing thoughts, tell Bentancur who laughed the loudest, and I think it was Romero. It wasn't Bentancur. If it's the same thing we're talking about.
Yeah, I think it's Romero.
Yeah. You know, I remember I was saying in one of our last shows that I don't really care about performance. I really care about the results. And while in principle it's correct, watching a game and see a team get dominated to just happen to win, it's not fun, but it's not fun. Right? So yes, I want 3 points at all costs, but Olia, play good. Play good. Let me come here and talk about Olia like I talk about Fred, I talk about Sancho, you know, Ronaldo, even Varane, yes, you all pointed out. You know, Dalot wasn't bad, Pogba wasn't bad, you know. But I want my team to play good, Olia. I want to see that what are they doing on the training pitch is being executed on where it matters most. You know, so the points important, yes. But entertain me. You know. So guys, that brings us to the end of the show. Right? Again, Jordan, thanks for joining all the way from the UK. You know, and Jordan is Trini who resides in the UK. Right? So, you know, he didn't have any problem understanding and keeping up with dialect, you know. He was at home, so that's cool.
Yeah,
right?
It's
And
good
hope,
to hear
you know,
that.
Yes, and hope to have you on the show in the future because I know time-wise, it will be a challenge, right? Because
Yeah.
what many time are you now?
About 10 past 2.
Yep, correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
So,
it's just the love of the team. So you'll do
Yeah,
anything
man.
for the team. So
Yeah,
thank
we
you for having me
appreciate
again.
it. Definitely
yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah,
Appreciate that
man.
sacrifice.
Yeah, man. Final comment going to doing here how it go be fun when you fatter yourself because you don't know what. Yeah, but, I mean, I hear what you're saying now, but I don't know. I want to swing and enjoy my team knowing that I'm beating up our squad. Advantage thing now by doing, but like I like, right? At least for my team. Yeah, John Paul Henry. Good night to you too. Jody saying 2:10 a.m. We now pull up in front of the club.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, it has been nice. We'll be here again on it's Tuesday or Wednesday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, as we
Yeah.
host Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough game.
Ja. Anyway, so guys, it was nice, and we will see you all on the next one. Have a good night.
Yeah, you can